Turned off. All right, everybody who is watching, I got a bunch of people over on TikTok watching right now. Pinned to the top of the comments, I do have a link to our YouTube channel. If you guys want to head over there, we do have a giveaway going over on our YouTube channel right at the moment. We are live here at the Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio. We have the Queen City 9-pin no tap. If nobody's here is not familiar with a 9-pin no tap, that means if you knock down 9, it counts as a strike. So a lot of high scores are going to be bowled today. You're going to see a lot of strikes, a lot of fun. With that, go into our giveaway that we're doing. We're giving away a free entry to any one of our Northwest Lane Sunday sweepers. If you can guess, you're watching lanes, 2 pair of lanes here. Lanes 13 and 14 are on the bottom of your screen. Lanes 15 and 16 are on top of the screen. If you can guess the total of all 4 bowlers on any one of those 2 pairs for any one of the 3 games, you're going to win a free entry into any one of our Northwest Lane Sunday sweepers, or $35 worth of raffle tickets, because I am raffling off the EJ Tackett Special Edition Jackal, the white one, the EXJ. That is the one that came out right at the beginning of summer, and you had to pre-order it to get it. I pre-ordered one, and now we're giving it away. So, jump on over to our YouTube channel. Link, like I said, is pinned to the top of the comments over there. If you want to find that, jump on over and get yourself entered. So, just for reference, the total for 4 guys, we got 4 people on a pair, 2 teams, 4 people. The highest score you can get on any one pair is 1,200. That is if all 4 of them shoot a 300, which again is not out of the realm of possibility with a 9-pin no tap. We're going to see some really, really high scores today. So please do us a favor, jump on over there. If you're on the TikTok side, do us a favor, share it around, hit the follow button, follow us here on TikTok. We go live for all of our tournaments here at Northwest Lanes and some even around the town. We are typically going to see us live on Sunday evenings and Sunday afternoons for the finals of our single sweepers. It's just special tournament in-house this weekend. We got a couple of things coming up we'll get to talk about over the course of this live stream here about other events coming up around town and here at Northwest Lanes. Also, I do have the chat boxes up for both TikTok and the YouTube channels. So if anybody has any questions or just wants to talk about bowling with me, I'll gladly answer the best I can and chit chat with you all evening long. All right, so you're going to have until the end of the 3rd frame of each game to get your guess in for that game. You can put all 3 games guesses in one comment if you want. Or if you want to wait around and guess each game, that's fine too. But you're going to have until the completion of the 3rd frame to get your guess in for that respective pair. Steve starting off with a strike. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do my due diligence to hit the share button myself. Just a second here. All right, so we'll go through some of the teams here over on lanes 13 and 14 down at the bottom of your screen. You got Josh Pickett stepping up. He is partnered up with Will Bates. You see the names across from each other. I'm sorry. Josh Pickett's not. Josh Pickett is partnered up with Ron Crescent. Miles Harrigan is partnered up with Will Bates. Then over on 15 and 16, top of your screen, we have Steve Watson and Tyler New. And then John Singleton and Rhonda Allen partner together. We should see a whole lot of strikes on these two pairs with these guys. Will Bates and Miles Harrigan is going to put up a really big number. I got a good feeling these guys throw the ball really, really well. Josh Pickett is on back-to-back 900s today. He bowled the 10 o'clock and 12:30 shift. Shot 900 both shifts. Steve Watson coming off an 877 last shift with Nate Herschel. So he only missed one out of the 36 possible strikes. Tyler New coming off a really good shift down on the other end. He was bowling with Javel, who fired his first ever natural 300. Congratulations to him. John Singleton, John could put some really, really good strikes together. John's one of these guys that's kind of hit or miss. Once he gets loosened up, and gets going, he could put a bunch of strikes on the board. So I expect to see some pretty high numbers here today for this shift. Ooh, Rhonda, the first one, blinking over there. She's 8 count for her. Josh has a bet going with me. Josh likes to leave his bowling equipment here at the bowling alley in the employee area. And Josh is not an employee here. Uh, I, I half-heartedly, jokingly joke with Josh that he's not supposed to be doing that. He's not an employee. Shouldn't be back in the employee area. Um, so he's got to stop leaving his bowling balls here. So the bet is now that he had to shoot 3 natural 300s for this tournament, during this tournament, the 2 weekends of it. He shot 1. He needs 2 more natural 300s. If he can do that, he can leave his bowling balls in that employee area, and nobody here will give him any flack for doing it. And then if he can't, now and out, his bowling balls have to go home. So we're going to be watching intently for Josh to see. He heard me talking. We'll be watching intently for Josh to see if he can shoot. Going to want to be comfortable about it. He's going to want to shoot 1 today. So this is his last chance today to get another one in. He was really, 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 really close last shift, apparently. Shot a 300 the last ball. He ended up leaving a stone 7-pin. Would have been a natural 299, but last shift, was that the last ball where you shot a 7 count through the 7 counts or the 7-pin? You talking about last shift? You boned a 7-pin? Huh? First ball of that game was a smash. What'd you leave this time? 10-pin this time could cost you a natural 300. All right, Tyler and Steve are off to that hot start. They both got front five. We're doing it the whole time, Steve. Don't worry. All right, Josh will sleep a little easier knowing he's got another purple strike up there. Guys, if we're looking at the scoreboard, the purple strikes are the ones that are 9 count strikes. The white ones are natural. If anybody here can shoot a natural 300, they will get a free Queen City Senate chamois custom built one. Steve, 6 in a row. See, Steve thinks I jinx him. I really don't have that kind of power. Steve seems to think. All right, good enough shot there from Tyler. A little high, leaving a 4-pin. Nonetheless, a strike in this format. If anybody's interested in the results of this tournament, they do post their results over on tournamentbowl.com. It is the 7th annual Queen City 9 pin no tap. We do believe we had new leaders after last shift. Joel and Becky were the leaders at 1821. Terry Rose and his partner, we are fairly certain, took over the lead with 1825. All right, Tyler New getting his 7th. Steve stepping up with his 7th frame attempt. Josh. High, 6'10". Steve. No. Steve looked baffled like the ball just never bit and grabbed. Yes, sir. Manny M said he just bowled. One 175, 179, 209. Not too bad, Manny. All right, Tyler sticking to it. Got front eight over here. Steve with back to back seven spares. He's not going to be happy about that. Miles Harrigan getting a lazy 10 big count. Straight. Ooh, excuse me. All right, see if Steve can get off that seven count. Back on the strike train here. Josh, another strike for him. Well, got off the seven count. Just not, the ball's just not finishing like Steve thinks it should. Manny, we were talking about that in the last couple of shifts we were live streaming. Oh, and Steve chopping it off with the open. Uh, yeah, spares are hugely important. Talking to one person who was struggling to shoot their first ever 600. Oh, Tyler, 810. Those are the things that matter the most is making those spares. Those spares go from a 190 average bowler to a 200 or a 210 average bowler. Those are the things you need to tighten up on. You have to tighten up your spare shooting. I could teach anybody out here to throw a strike. Bowlers make spares. Good bowlers make spares. So, yeah, you're right, brother. Got to tighten up on spares, get you a good plastic ball, something you can shoot straight at all your single pin spares will do nothing but help. Just take Steve for example here. So Steve with a 2-7 count spares and then that open frame. The 7 count spares is not what killed him. With those, he still would have been in 250s. Miss one spare, and all of a sudden he's down. Well, he would have been in the 260s still. So he's all the way down into the 240s just by that one open, costing 20 pins. Um, If you get a plastic ball, Manny, yeah, for the most part, depending on what you're bowling on, if your lane conditions are a little drier, if you're bowling on something really short like cheetah, you may have to flatten the wrist out to make it happen. But a good plastic ball, uh, you should just be able to do it like your normal release, and it should be still remain fairly straight at 10 pins. A lot of factors come into that: ball speed, rev rate, uh, some of the angle that you're taking. A lot like 10 pins, for example, if you're right-handed. As long as you're giving yourself plenty of angle to go across lane, yeah, same release, same form, and a plastic ball should just hold its line and go straight at it. No, not the same mark. Like if you're talking about the same mark you use for now with your reactive ball shooting at a 10 pin, are you lefty? Yeah. There's going to be you're going to have to play with it. If you never had a plastic ball and thrown at spares, there's going to be a slight learning curve there because you're still again used to a reactive ball that might have a little bit of back end to it. This is obviously not with plastic. Um, you may have to relearn how where you're standing, where you're looking to shoot each spare. But in the long run, it's going to be far better for you. There's a reason why the pros do it. They're bowling on stuff that they take the oil pattern out of play. It doesn't matter. They're throwing straight and hard, especially single pin spares. Once they know that mark or know where they're standing for a 7 pin or a 10 pin with a plastic ball in their hand, no matter what oil pattern they're on or what lane conditions are, they're pretty much standing in the same spot. Um, that's the big advantage to it. Yeah, for left-handers, it's always a 7 pin. Us right-handers, it's 10. We absolutely hate it. Um, but I was just talking on the last shift. One of the things you can do, you have to put into practice. This game is no different than any other game. You get out of it what you put into it. You have to put in that work. You have to put in that practice. Um, if you're not out practicing 10 pins and 7 pins and all your spares, you're consistently going to struggle with them. I don't wherever you're from, Manny, your local house. See if they can put out a game called Low Game for you. Go practice playing Low Game. Most centers nowadays have their new scoring systems will actually put it up and make it automatic for you. But the point of Low Game is to try to shoot the lowest score you can. If you throw a ball in the gutter on the first ball, it will count as a strike. If you don't hit at least a pin on the second ball, it'll count as a spare. And you try to shoot the 20s your best score. If you pluck 7s and 10 pins off each frame, to a frame, 20s pins is your best score you can do. I tell people if you can keep it under 100, that's pretty good. Anything under 100 in low game is pretty good score. But go practice that if you can. That'll help you get targeting because there's going to be frames where you knock down 4 or 5, and you kind of have to learn to let's see what I got to do to get to that one sleeper and just get one of these out. It's going to teach you a little bit about it. So, best game for you to try to shoot your practice your spare shooting abilities. There you go, Steve. We actually run a tournament here once a year. That we run that it's a low game sweeper. We take that very game and put it out and run a tournament where we're running a low game tournament 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah, that's it's not. How many people have told us that? But low game's not as easy as it sounds. Like again, you have to hit a pin on every ball for it to count. You can't just pitch them into the ditch and oh look, I got zero. But again, great game to practice your spares on. Hey, have a safe trip. Drive safe, bro. Speaking of these spares, we got a couple tough ones up here on your screen. John with the 210. Oh, nope. And then Ron with the 2.8. What makes that 2.8 tough? Is that sleeper in the back? Ron's struggling, he said. Ron's been out of the game for a couple of years, finally getting back into it. Poor thing loves bowling. Too bad. LOL. She's just terrible. Man, it's again, just got to put in that work. If it's something you really truly love, put in the work for it. Practice the spares. Women have a little bit tougher time with this game in general. I don't want to sound that way, but you do this game. If you could throw a powerful shot, oh look, Ron's gonna get away with it. Manny, that again will depend on your house. Not sure where you're bowling from, but if they have, I believe, don't quote me on this. I've never worked at a center that had Brunswick machines. We have AMFs here. Um, I believe most Brunswick machines and Brunswick machine houses can do that. Um, and I know if you happen to be at a string pin house, I know they can. I'm just, but that's something to ask your house or ask your any one of the houses in your area if they have that capability. That's a great idea too. Just set up 7 and 10 every time and practice shooting them. But again, even if they can't, work on trying to pluck just that 7 pin off a full rack. Um, Miles gave it a run. Every time you go into practice, spend at least one game, Mama. Spend at least one game. Uh, this. Oh, I'm sorry, Manny. This is a 9 pin no tap. Sorry, 9 pin no tap. If you guys never bowled a 9 pin no tap, if you knock down 9, it'll count as a strike. Yeah, if you don't like it, but again, string pin machines can always set up that 7 pin for you. So if you have a string pin house somewhere near you, um, and that's just what you want to do is go there and work on 7 pins, I know all the string pins houses can set up certain pet spares or certain pin counts for you. Yeah, I'm not a big, huge fan of the string pins myself, but that's where the game's going in some areas and some places. So, uh, I had, Mama, $2 worth of it. You got singles worth of any two of those. Thank you, man. Man, he said I can get nines all day. Yeah, these are the fun ones, man. This is actually a fundraiser slash tournament. All the benefits from this Queen City 9-pin no tap tournament goes to the local Queen City Senate and their youth scholarship program. So all the split deposits that are going to be sold, all the money raised from that, they got raffle baskets up here. All the expenses from the tournament itself, all are going into that scholarship program from the Queen City Senate here in Cincinnati. But yeah, if you can find a 9-pin no tap league or a 9-pin no tap tournament, great ones to get into. A lot of fun. You'll throw a bunch of strikes. Um, Guys, everybody do us a favor that is watching. If you're watching over on TikTok, hit the follow button for us. Share the TikTok around. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you're over on the YouTube side, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Drop us a comment. Where's everybody watching from? Last shift, we had a couple people from Texas watching. We'd just like to see how far our reach is coming. We are located right here in Fairfield, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati, Ohio. I was getting a shaker to go out. Tyler falling off. He's the first one to blink on that team up there this time around. John walking them out over here on 15. Ron, good shot there, buddy. Josh Piggott, high hard one. That's his bread and butter right there. Miles coming in high, leaving a 6, 7, 10. Not happy. He's not happy at all. .267 is nothing to hang your head low about, Miles. Again, front nine, um, we all catch those nerves. It's that it's the first time you get there to that 10th frame. Um, but the more times you put yourself in that situation, the better and better you're going to get at it. Oh, wow. Wrapping the 6 around it. Um, keep digging, brother. You're going to get it there. Now, I shot two. Let me. I shot 9 299 games before I shot my first 300 game. I had multiple 280s and 270s getting to the 9th frame, 10th frame. Um, Nerve got the best of me and didn't throw the best quality shot that I could throw, and had many taps that way myself before I got there and started firing off 300s. Now that every time I've had the front 10, I've shot 300, and I have 10 of them to my credit now. So I've done what I wanted to do. I've gotten more 300s than I have 299s. So I can I can retire from bowling now, and I'll be happy about it. Now I say that, and I'm gonna go out sometime this season. I'm gonna shoot two more 299 games. I'll have to turn around and shoot a couple more 300s before I can retire. Yeah, man. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I did answer that. $2.99 is crazy, but uh, I threw good shots. I always, even when I threw all of those, I knew uh, 300 was coming eventually. I started to get a little frustrated by the eighth or ninth one. I was frustrated, thinking, man, I may not ever carry that last one. But once I got to that point where I threw three or four 900, 299s. I knew eventually I was going to carry one of them at least. All right, looks like Josh is the only one left in this game that can fire off 300 in this no tap. There you go. Wrap 10, but he'll take it. Manny, my highest series is a 798. I am a little upset about that I don't have an 800 under my belt. I jokingly blame that on one of my good buddies because third game, seventh frame, I left a 4.9, went a little high, left 4.9. And I knew in my head what I needed to shoot. So I turned around, looked at my buddy. I said, "Man, do I got to make this to have a chance?" And he said, "Make it." So I went and shot for it, barely missing the 4 pin. I was trying to make it. Turned around, struck out for the 798, and then realized if I'd have only got one of them, all I needed was one of those, and I'd have shot 800 on a dot. So I jokingly blame him for bad math. He tells me that it was my fault for asking a drunk guy to do math. Will knock one out. No. Guys, everybody watching that's a bowler, here's a question we always like to ask, just because it's a great topic of conversation for everybody. What's your go-to bowling ball right now? When you go to league, um, when you show up for your league night at your typical house, what's the first ball you pull out of your bag, and it's the one that you could throw in practice first and figure out what you got and what you need and what moves you need to make. Josh crossing over. So what's the first bowling ball out of your bag each night on league night? Trusty go-to benchmark bowling ball. I know a lot of guys are loving that Phase AI right now. Yeah, it was a fun night, Manny. 266 average. You're right. It was a fun night. I had a couple other opportunities to make sure I had that 800 going. I did shoot a 289 game in there. I wrapped a 10 pin on the 11th ball. That one could have easily struck, and that would have gave me my 800 too. So, yeah, that's the one thing I am lacking on my resume is an 800 series. The problem is, the older and older I get, the less and less opportunity I have to fire that number. Josh over here firing a 288 game. I think he might be making a ball change. Ron immediately turned around, walking away. Hated it. Knew it was wide right off his hand. Steve looks like he's got the righted the ship. He's got 270. Is that a 7 or a 78? Tyler fired a 278. His partner, Steve, I think that was a 77 for Steve. Nope, it was a 78. Oof. Ron high again. Goes. That's the typical miss. You miss wide one frame. The next time you step up, you don't want to miss wide again. What do? You pull it. All right, going into the last game here, we got one more shot here at a natural 300 for these guys. See if anybody can throw it. Will Bates, Miles Harrigan, starting off with the first one natural. Josh not gonna put up another natural, so he's got to fire two natural 300s tomorrow to win our bet. By the way, folks, this is a bet he made. He wanted because he wanted to leave his bowling balls here at the at Northwest Lanes. Oh, Will high 3610. Miles, that looks a little in. Get one of them out. He got one of them to go out. Steve starting off first strike natural. Good pick up there from Will. Guys, right after we're done here, we are going to be doing a play-in sweeper for the August 8th cashing out winning weekend. The Friday night single sweeper for that one. There's $3,000 guaranteed for that Friday night sweeper. It is an $80 entry fee on it. Today, you can do a play-in sweeper for $25. 1 in 6 bowlers will win a free entry into that Friday night, August 8th sweeper. If you need any more details about the cashing out winning weekend or that Friday night single sweeper, you can contact Jermaine Conn or Malika Ash or jump on Facebook. It is the cashing out winning weekend on Facebook. They have an event page set up for that. And if you want to get your doubles team signed up for that one, that you can get signed up that way as well. Saturday and Sunday is Sunday for that weekend. The 9th and 10th is the doubles portion. The 8th is that Friday night single sweeper. Ron again throwing one way wide over there on 14. Seems to be a little lost on lane 14. Must feel like he needs to throw him like perfect to get it there. Steve with another natural. Those two guys starting off first 2 natural strikes. Josh all skated on him. Uh-oh, guys, we may need to go mobile. Steve, throw that shot, and I got one down there. Here's a cool thing, guys. We do have the ability on this channel, and when we run these sweepers, we can go mobile. We do have one person down just off, that's off our televised pair here. Try to see that name. Steve throw a headset on too, so he can go down there and help out with that. But they have the front 9 natural. A natural front 9. Okay. Well, I need to know the name. Look at that name when you see it. So we have the ability to take and go mobile with a phone and link it up to our live stream here. That way we don't miss any action going on around the area here and throughout the whole tournament. So Steve's setting up our mobile camera for it.
I get the name. Sean Fields.
Sean Fields. Oh, yeah, here we go. So that'll be popping up here on the top of your screen when as we pull that up. Wait till Sean gets up to throw a shot here. That is not Sean there. Hang on 1 second. He's letting some guys get out of the way there so he could throw this one. But he does have the front 9 natural. No 9-pin strikes with it. There we go. We'll be watching Sean right there. Front 9 going for 10. That's 10 in a row for him. Click back, watch some of this as he gets set up to throw the next one. Steve coming in light, leaving a 2-8 over here. Tyler still has front 4 naturally for himself over here. I'll click back. All right, Sean coming up. 10 in a row, going for 11. That's 11 in a row. Got 11 in a row for it. All right, we talked about Tyler. He comes in high, leaves a split. Josh coming in high, leaving a 4-8. Oh, wow. Almost ran it down. Good try, Tyler. All right, Sean stepping up here. 11 in a row. Natural strikes. Going for 300 naturally. Natural 300 here. Come on, Sean. Get one here. Oh! 298. He left the 2-8. Good run, Sean. Good run, brother. Wow. Good run. Will with a good shot there. Yeah, 280 natural going. I'll take that 9-pin strike, though. Guys, again, if you're just joining us, we are live here at Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio. Queen City 9-pin no tap. This is the last shift for today. We do have shifts available and spots available for all the shifts tomorrow, 10, 12:30, and 3 o'clock. This is a doubles tournament. It's $50 for the team, $25 a person. It is handicap. And if you never bowled a 9-pin no tap, if you knock down 9, it counts the same as a strike. Up on the scoreboard, it will just turn it, make it a purple X instead of a white one. That way we all know which ones were 9-pin strikes. Game's easy after you know you can't win. Twice now. You've seen that split a lot today. Guys get the ball just a little wide, never recovers back to the spot. 2-8-10 from Tyler. Tyler throwing the backup ball at it. Not quite. Josh Tenpin. Good enough. Ron acted like he didn't like that shot, but it recovered. Knocking them all down. Guys, if everybody would do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button if you're over on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Over on the TikTok channel, hit the follow button for me. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Steve got it to go. Ron didn't like that one again, and he got it to come all the way back and strike. He's been a little lost on 14 this whole set. Where that is not, ladies and gentlemen, the 3-8. Wow, over here on lane 16. Now you don't see that a whole lot. And covers it up beautifully. Miles and Will over here on lane 13 and 14 down at the bottom of your screen. They're finishing up their 10th frame and effort for this round. Miles, 7 count, 248. Covered beautifully. Very good shot from Will. That's the shots we expect to see out of Will all the time. All right, Will finishing up his effort. 257 for that game for them. 231 for Miles. Oh, Ron getting it to fall out. 234 for him in the last game. 255 for Josh. Not the effort they wanted to see. They got a whole lot of pins behind the leaders here now. Go, good shot, Steve. Steve finished off with another 278 game. These guys are finishing up their last couple shots, guys. We do appreciate you all joining us and watching. We will be back tomorrow morning. Steve will be in the booth most of the day. We'll be live streaming the 10 o'clock, the 12:30, and the 3 p.m. shifts tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, fun one begins. We have our night sweeper on Sports Shot. We're bowling on 2024 Johnny Petraglia tomorrow night. If you want to get yourself in on that, the check-ins will start at 5 o'clock, bowl at 6. It is a $50 entry fee for that one. That is a single sweeper. Handicap is 80% of 210. We will be live streaming the finals of that one right around 9 o'clock or so when the finals happen. Finals will be live streamed then, right around 9 o'clock. So if you hit those bell icons and turn on notifications for when we go live, we will be live streaming it right here on TikTok and YouTube. So make sure you're following us, subscribe to us, and getting the notifications for it. You'll be able to watch some really, really good bowlers on a really, really hard pattern. Ron, the mechanic here, says he hates this game. We all had days like that, brother. All of us have had days like that. Just looking around, I don't see anybody else with natural 300 possible. I think we're going to call it wraps for this one. Go a mile. Yeah, I think we're going to call it wraps for this one. We will see you guys again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. We'll be back with a live stream shift for that one. We'll actually be live streaming all of them 10, 12:30, and 3. Till then, y'all have a good night.